To see me in this way tomorrow is another day when I can let go of everything I've ever dreamed and follow my heart. Can't you see going round in circles? Oh, then it seems forever lasts 'cause you're a different person. You don't want to see me in this way. Tomorrow is another day. Tomorrow is another day.
Welcome, everyone. You know what time it is. It is Learning Fives. It's time for a show match, and my name is Zeta. Joining me, it's the one, the only, the Lord Master of all that is Antarctica, the god of penguins himself, Penguin God.
Hello, Zeta. How you doing today?
Well, I'm doing all right. It is, of course, a Saturday, which means if you're not watching the World Cup because it already ended, thank you very much for joining us as we get into our show match. And this show match is a little bit special.
It is. This is the coach show match. So you see these names, they should be familiar. The blue side is going to be Team Rdy2Lose, and the red side is a Rock, Paper, Scissors, the anime. They have some very creative names, but they pick some bands coming out here. We see Nasus, Zyra, Pike coming out from the blue side, and Viz, Vladimir, and Morgana. Now, the Fizz band here is strictly targeting Zero to Hero demos here. He is very known for his Fizz play. He's kind of like he almost is a one trick, except he branched out in like season 6 and 7. But he does pick up the Zac, and they are just flying through these picks and bans. What the hell?
Yeah, a little bit of Rengar, surprising, given that he is a Kayn one trick. But you know, sometimes you have to branch out from that as well. Kayn hasn't been insane in the current meta. He has fallen off quite a bit to the likes of, you know, the more aggressive junglers. We'll see, though, with the remainder of the bans to come out, whether or not they try to target that jungle. That will be the case. Graves and then Kayn banned later. Okay, well, if they didn't know where Rengar is going, they certainly might know now, because once the Kayn's banned, they don't really have a choice. They have to put him into the jungle instead of possibly that top lane flex that we have seen a little bit of. It is decent at cheesing out the Aatrox before he can get that level 6 and the revive, so it's a possibility, but now it really isn't. You know, Trundle does decently, but he's going to have a very hard time in stopping the Aatrox farming. He can't fully aggress, he can't
Mhm.
fully win out in that top lane without some assistance from his jungler.
Yep, I should mention that we do all the picks and bans in pro draft beforehand, so the picks you're seeing here are not in order they did in the pro draft. They actually picked Rengar in the second phase after Kane was banned. But we have an interesting bot lane here with Brand Alistar. That's a very interesting combo to me, considering the uh, the Brand and the Alistar are going to have a lot of kill pressure onto the Ziggs Rakan bot lane, especially because Ziggs doesn't have a lot of mobility in and of himself, and so if Alistar can get onto him, get the stun off, get the CC, and then Brand's able to land that damage very easily, then they can very likely get kills in this bot lane, grab some pressure, rotate mid, grab towers, push the Orion off of that. But this is entirely reliant on whether or not this Rengar focuses down bot lane, because while Brand and Alistar have a lot of kill pressure, Brand is known as one of the champions who has extremely limited mobility. The only way he gets out of fights is if he manages to land a stun, and that can be very hard, especially on a leaping Rengar and a jumping Rakan. And so that's gonna have to. That'll be one thing that determines whether this bot lane goes well. Is if Werfel can land those skill shots with the EQ combo or the WQ combo, however he wants to do it. That's gonna help determine how this lane goes.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is, of course, Brand has made a return into the bottom lane in quite a fashion after the removal of 80 carries, but when he actually tries to deal damage, for the most part, he has to play quite aggressive. The Alistair allows him to do so if they don't get poked down beforehand, right? Ziggs has a massive range advantage. Rakan can counter engage pretty easily, I would say, and has high mobility as well. So if they try to focus him down, obviously it's going to be a very hard task. But with all of that said and done, I'd like to ask you a little bit about the mid lane matchup, right? We didn't touch on this very much. The Zac into Orianna generally has high pressure, but Orianna into Swain has high pressure as well. Who's going to have the advantage coming into this early mid game where we expect to see a lot of ganks coming out?
Um, Really, it's all going to be up to whether Zero to Hero can land the Elastic Slingshot. I don't think much else is going to matter unless the CC can come out. Swain is going to be pretty what's what I'm looking for? Hardy in these ganks, and so is Aatrox. Both of them have quite a bit of healing, and so they're not going to be able to kill them too quickly, unless this Rengar gets extremely far ahead. Now, that's something that I hadn't mentioned, is that Rengar does a very, very good job of just one-shotting squishies, and it's very possible that if the Swain falls really far behind, the Brand falls really far behind, the Aatrox falls really far behind, they could all be considered squishies, and they could all just get melted by this Rengar and get one shot, and then the rest of the team can just roll over. That being said, there's also the Trundle Aatrox matchup we have to consider, in that um, I don't feel that Trundle does very well in that lane. Aatrox is just going to be able to pump out damage and heal off of his abilities, while the Trundle is healing off the minions. I feel like if Aatrox gets ahead in that lane, then nothing that Trundle wants to do is going to be able to happen.
Yeah, Trundle, after all, is much like his namesake in the Kayn, the Nasus. He does love to scale up. He does love to split push. And if he can't do that, if he can't beat the Aatrox, of course, he's going to have a very difficult game. But that's only one of the difficulties they face. We'll see how much work the Zac can put out. We'll see if the Brand demolishes the bottom lane, and if the Swain can truly put the bird to be the word in the middle, as we get into a very short break before we get into game. We'll be right back. What is up, guys? We're back. Oh, well, Penguin's not back, but I'm back. And there's a pause. Perfect timing. Penguin should
Wow.
load up soon.
Hey, I'm loaded in. There we go.
Okay, well, you loaded in the perfect time. As you can see, we have a brilliant pause. Ah, it's unpaused. We can talk about the game.
Yay.
Everybody's ready. And that means on the blue side, we have Rdy2Lose.
Oh,
I
boy.
don't even have time to intro. There's way too much damage, and Dr. Voisu is a very dead Ziggs. He explodes. Martyrdom can't even save him now. I mean, talking about CC, this team has all of it, right? Swain, Zac, Brand, everything. Alster, it's just all there. But Rdy2Lose is ready to win. They've got Wee Zhao in the top lane, on Burrito is his name. Zero to Hero in the jungle, Anti-Gravity at mid. Werfel at AD carry in heavy quotations, and Pocket Cookies at support.
And on the red side, we have Rock, Paper, Scissors, the anime, with Swift Strike in the top lane, your boy King even in the jungle, Devil's Avocado in the mid lane, Dr. Voiku Rock in the bot lane with Chavi Chav.
Yeah, this very early advantage is onto the Aatrox as well, exactly where we were talking about him needing to be held back if the Trundle wants to have any chance at getting the split push wins. That's not looking super good, right? Swift Strike is going to be in a lot of trouble going forwards if that kind of precedent just keeps rolling. But
Yeah.
a lot of game to play with, so we'll see if it happens.
Yep, but you did see that Anti-Gravity had started his Never move to get that early kill. He's using it very well in the mid lane right now. But Devil's Avocado isn't doing a very good job at punishing the fact that the CSing of Anti-Gravity isn't going to go as easily as it should be in this lane. And the Swain likes to start off with his Q so that he can get the CS pretty early and not have to worry too much about his mana consumption. But now he started with that Never move. He is level 2, so he's going to have that Q as well. So that is going to help him, but ooh, they're going to go in bot lane.
Dr. Voice, forced to flash. The thing that he saved earlier that could have rescued him is now going to be used. Missing out, Chavi Chav doesn't land that knockup either, so Werfel is able to aggress again. More damage put down. The pillars are just so much zone. And with no boots, the Zig cannot help but to get hit by that AoE. Werfel, I think he's going to have a very good time in this bottom lane.
Yeah, Werfel isn't struggling too much. He's already a couple CS up, but I want to ask Zeta about this. I'm not too familiar with how the new Aatrox plays with runes, but what do you think of Comet Aatrox?
So, Comet Aatrox, I wouldn't think is one of the stronger ones. Obviously, there have been certain nerfs and tweaks recently, but if you have Comet, obviously the advantage is that you get a much earlier poke distribution, right? When you land a combo, you're going to bring someone down instead of, to a third HP, maybe to half HP. Instead of half HP, maybe down to a quarter. And that's really, really beneficial because every single extra poke that you land onto a scaling champion means that they're going to have a much harder time laning. And with that in mind, I would say that the playstyle that he's currently playing, which is very aggression heavy, very shove heavy, is the right way to play with the Comet, so it can obviously work. But keep in mind, that means he's going to be missing out on a lot of attack speed, and Werfel is going to be missing out on a lot of escapes as this Rengar starts to come in towards the bottom lane, forces the flash out of him, but all of the damage has landed, as well as the Ignite, plus the burn. The passive from Brand is going to burn him down as well. Swift Strike is going to go down the top lane. That's 2 kills picked up on both sides of the map for Rdy2Lose.
Yeah, and that was a simple case of Voiku and Chavi Chav not rotating as well. Werfel was in a good position to get the damage off. He got the 3-hit passive to get that extra damage onto your boy, and gets a kill there in the top lane. That was simply a lot of poke damage coming out on a Swift Strike, and then the easy gank from Zero to Hero to grab the kill up. That was pretty quick finisher in the top lane, pretty simple there. But in the bottom lane, that was really interesting how they how Pocket Cookies played that. And the teleport top lane is going to happen again.
Oh yeah, this guy is going to be in a lot of trouble. Zero to Hero, he's made his return, and Swift Strike has no flash this time, no hope of getting out. Burrito is on a killing spree, and this Aatrox is not hungry for blood because he has plenty.
And Swift Strike just teleported in there. That he teleported onto the minion in a more risky play, knowing that the Zac would probably still be in the area, and that just gave another kill over this Aatrox. Aatrox is now 3-0-0. Already has his Phage completed, hasn't backed in a minute, and is ready to go back and get more stuff. But I don't think he's going to. He doesn't need to. He's a Phage and a Doran's Blade versus a Doran's Shield, Boots, and a Ward. I don't see any reason for him to need to go back for a good minute.
Yeah, he is obviously in a very comfortable position. And not to mention, right, when you're 3 kills up, all you want to do is just starve your opposing laner. You have all of the force in the world to do so when you're up Phage to Boots. And I think he's just going to be content to, even if he can't spend that extra gold, which is only about 700 or so, to just starve, to zone, to actually prevent this Trundle from getting much of anything done. And that would be a fantastic benefit. Oh, dashing forward, misses the knockup. But Swift Strike is still going to get driven back into that center position. Again, the double hits from Brand are still landing, and your boy can't even, is getting completely zoned out by the Zac. He might even get focused under turret. Able to barely slip away, but the Zac has refocused his attention. These members are trapped under their own turret. Chav, Dr. Voice, you have to be very careful what they do, because the Zac wants to go in, doesn't land onto the Rakan. The dash away is enough to keep him safe for now, and the Ziggs will continue to zone. With the Brand and the Alistar free hitting onto this turret, though, it does not have long to live.
No, the turret's already at half HP, but Orianna is roaming down, and she is likely going to get there before the members of Rdy2L can get out. But I'm not sure she's going to...
Yeah, even if she gets there, right, the problem is still the Rakan doesn't have ult, and when he doesn't have ult, there's no way for them to force a cluster in order to get the Orianna Shockwave to land onto all 3 members. And as a result, it's very, very hard for them to live, just as it is for Swift Strike underneath his own turret. He is going to go down. No, hold that thought. The passive has been popped on Aatrox. Swift Strike, he lives. bo3 forced to back off. The ultimate revive is just enough to keep him alive, but I can't believe Swift Strike even managed to live through that.
Yeah, that was the God Pillar showing up there, but direct to camera didn't care much about that. That was a pretty sick skills there by Swift Strike to live out of that, but direct to camera doesn't care about skills, it just cares about bot lane.
Yeah, I actually have been manually controlling the camera, so I'm not sure if I'm seeing exactly what you're seeing, but what we have seen, we've seen a lot of early aggression, right? Zero Hero has focused up towards the top side. He's put Swift Strike very far behind. bo3 really thought he could land that dive, and he should have actually been able to finish it off, but an auto cancel plus very unfortunate timing means that he does actually not get the kill. At least he didn't die for the exchange, but the gold lead is going to remain at about 3,000 or so, which is still a very, very plush cushion to sit on at 8 minutes.
Yeah, a lot of it's in this top lane to the 3-0-0 Aatrox. He's stayed at 3-0-0 for a while, but he's doing a very good job of making sure Swift Strike is having a hard time farming. Swift Strike is able to get some CS here, but I feel like bo3 could play more aggressive right now. He knows that his jungler is topside, but ooh, the gank mid.
Yeah, this is a gank that we've been expecting for quite some time. Top lane, another gank as well. Swift Strike, he is low on HP, still getting chain knocked up by this Aatrox, and there's no way he can deal enough damage with not a single completed item to his name. He goes down for his 3rd death. The Rengar is going to try to jump in, forces out the stopwatch from anti-gravity. They have Shockwave. They are not... Actually, they don't have Shockwave, already used. So Devil's Avocado has no way to continue the pursuit.
Excuse me. Yeah, that top lane was just... Swift Strike was on a Ruby Crystal to the Phage and Kint Gem of bo3. Even without the help of the Zac, that was very likely a kill going over to Aatrox, but that kill goes over to the Zac, and a fed Zac just gets wildly tanky, and there's almost no way to kill him, so that's pretty cool to see. Oh, but they're going to camp him.
Yeah, again, they're going to try this camp. They don't land much of the CC, but keep in mind the level disadvantage. Swift Strike is already down 2 levels, and now is going to be losing the first turret of the game. This acceleration is just going to get even more drastic when you consider the fact that Trundle is the one that's supposed to be able to win out this split push game if they want to have any chance of actually taking this home.
Oh, but
without that, Rock, Paper, Scissors are going to be in a lot of trouble, as are their bot lane. Werfel has already dropped, though, and this could be the exact wrong thing. The Doctor is in, and the Doctor has ordered death for this Alistar. They're going to be making burgers tonight. It's pocket cookies falls victim for the second kill in the bottom lane. A great turn from your boy Kane Even.
Yeah, that was really good. Your boy showed up at the right time. Pops Horful with the ultimate coming out of Dr. Voiku there, and just easily gets 2 kills coming out of that. Your boy got a little bit low, but other than that, it was super solid. Easy gold coming into their bot lane, and they absolutely needed that. With their top laner doing basically nothing this game, and their mid laners, the mid laners going pretty even, just 0-0s across the board, except for the 1 assist from the early kill on Swain. And other than that, the bot lane is really where I feel Rock Paper Scissors can make their advantage. The Ziggs is a little bit behind in CS, but they have a lot of kill pressure if and only if the Rengar comes down to assist them. If they go in on their own, I don't feel like they have enough damage on their own to be able to kill Werfel. But you need to be able to kill Werfel. You need to be able to kill the damage dealer in this bot lane, because once Werfel dies, it's very unlikely that Pocket Cookies on this Alistar is going to be able to get any kills, because it's Alistar.
Well, at least not Triforce Alistar. Remember, we did see that a couple seasons back.
Oh god,
there
yeah.
was the Rash of Alistar top lane, but this is a much
Shockwave
different
mid.
story, as is the Shockwave going forwards. Devil's Avocado still pursuing onto Anti-Gravity. One more auto attack will do it, and he will clean him up. The Swain overestimating his own tankiness, and remember, no stopwatch plus Shockwave means that he's going to be in a lot more danger than before.
Yep, that was a classic case of overstaying. There was no reason for him to stay that long, and he gave up his life for it. And now, he didn't just give over his life, he gave over his life and this Infernal Drake. And, as you guess, a team with 3 really strong damage dealers likes the Infernal Drakes, because guess what? It deals more damage. Wow, that's what a concept we've got there.
Imagine, that you get more damage from Infernal Drake. That would just change the way everyone would play games.
yeah.
But it's just, for some reason they took the Infernal Drake, and for some reason the buff appeared that says they get more damage. It's almost like, in this case at least, you are entirely correct. But we'll see if correlation equals causation as the dragons start to respawn and as they start to get pressured further. Because with that Infernal Dragon, what they actually do have is they have a little bit of a chance to get back into this game. Rock, Paper, Scissors, the anime, still have a very decent late game comp if they can manage to get far enough along that the Trundle starts to take turrets, right? He's very far off from that point at the moment, but if he ever reaches it, they're going to be in a very good position. Zero to Hero lands the drag, CC plus ultimate, flash away from Devil's Avocado though, and Chav is going to have to be the one to get out. A double dash plus a shockwave onto 2, but this fight is going to be completely disengaged.
That was really impressive coming out of both Devil's Avocado and Chav. Chav went in and decided to go in, but they're going in again on the 0 to Hero.
They're going to land a little bit of CC. The ultimate was used as well from Chav. Very surprised about that one, as am I, about Duburito under turret. He knows that Dr. Voice has plenty of DPS, and he's going to try to run away. One more auto attack will finish him off. The flash not going to save him this time, as 0 to Hero arrives way too late for Duburito's assistance. Your boy Can't Even has no HP though, and he's trying to finish off Werfel, cannot land anything onto him, and they're going to miss the knockup as well, which means that they will trade 2 for 1. Pocket Cookies could be the return kill that Devil's Avocado needs, but he in turn has no HP as he goes down, forcing the flash onto Dr. Voisu in the bottom lane. The action just does not stop. But overall, it's still beneficial to trying to lose, right? They're ready, but they haven't lost yet. They're still winning so far.
You're really getting your work cut out for you there, Zeta. That was a lot of action and
shaking it out. Haven't done this play-by-play thing in a while.
But you saw Duburito in the bot lane underestimate the damage coming out of Dr. Voisu, and the thing that I should mention is someone needs to tell him that you can't flash away from autos. He saw the auto coming at him and still decided to flash. That was kind of a wasted flash there. He knew he was going to die. He just decided to flash there. But in that mid lane, that was what we call, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call a fiesta. And yeah, that's all that happened. Can confirm that it is an NA fiesta. And yeah, that is all that was. It was a lot of people dying, a lot of people going down, and a lot of gold going over to both teams. And that's kind of what Rock, Paper, Scissors really wants. But in the top lane, Duburito getting engaged on.
Yeah, and now he has to worry about his own life. He doesn't have to worry anymore, though, because Chav has finished him off. The Aatrox, for being immortal, he sure has died quite a few times in this game, and it might turn into even more deaths. With Werfel flashing, your boy Can't Even is still going to clean that up. Didn't need Chavy Chav's ultimate, but with it down, the quickness, a big engage tool now missing from the anime squad. They have an opportunity to be engaged on if only any of the damage had rotated in towards this mid lane. Instead, Rdy2Lose are ready to lose their first tier tower.
Oh, but likely not going to happen because Zach's here, but he's going to try and go in. He flashes
Flashing
in.
forward, slow is still on. He doesn't get the leash back though.
No.
Because it fell off before he could auto-attack the minion, means that Pocket Cookies plus his flash were both completely unneeded.
Yeah, so he saw there in that engage in the top side, your boy burned his flash because he assumed that he was going to the jungle, and Chavy Chav burned his flash earlier, but or after that, trying to engage over the wall. But man, Zero Hero is going to go down here.
Yeah, should be going down in a very unfortunate scenario.
Chavy
Caught
Chav
in the
taking the
enemy's
kill.
jungle, brought down as well. Can't even be caught.
Wow, these teams are just. I feel like they're not playing at their best right now. They could be doing a lot better. Ooh, but the chocolate catches a Werfel.
Yeah, this is getting very chaotic, very messy, and it's all going in the favor of rock, paper, scissors, right? They've gotten so many of these fights, so many of these catches in a row that the gold lead is now down to a single 1,000, and they're going to try and make it completely even after they take this mid T1.
Yep, and that's only a couple hundred gold lead now for Rdy2Lose, and a lot of that is still in the mid and top lane. Their bot lane with Werfel and Pocket Cookies, they're combined at 2 and 6, not doing very well. Werfel getting caught so often. That's the, like I said, the one problem with Brand is that you get caught and you just die because you don't have any way to get out unless you just manage to land that stun, and that stun is only applicable to one person. You can only land it once. There's only one person you can land it on. And so if you have your boy Chavy Chav and Swift Strike all coming at you as a Brand, you can stun one of them. Which one are you going to choose? The rest are going to kill you anyway.
Yeah, and that really is the problem, right? When you get one of your most CC heavy, frontline heavy members caught out in the jungle, you can't actually fight most of these fights that they're trying to take. You know, they have very good composition for the Wombo combo. The problem is, for a Wombo combo to happen, you still need all of your members to be alive and doing their CC damage, etc., in order to make it work. They don't have that, so they do lose a couple fights in a row. They still have the potential to win fights, but they need either Brando bouncing or not dead Aatrox or not dead Zac. One of those things has to be in place for them to be able to win it.
Yep, I agree. But now this second Infernal Drake has spawned, and the Shockwave going down onto two members to try and dissuade them from this doesn't really have any effect other than that.
Yeah, you really think that they ought to save that Shockwave in order to stop something like this, the engage from Zero to Hero, plus the Alistair. They're going to try and do everything that they can, but they haven't done anything except sacrifice the Zac. The gelatin has collapsed onto the floor in a pile, and the fight has completely broken out. Now anti-gravity is going to be the focus. Are ready to lose this fight as well. It doesn't look like that is the case. They might be able to bring somebody down, but not this day. The Aatrox is the only one who will claim a kill on the top side of the fight, and they decide to recall instead. Hold that thought. Tuberito is back, and he's ready for action. He is trying to chase down Chavy Chav. Oh, misses that E, but he still should land that kill. The last Q hit managed to finish it off. The Trundle and the Orianna in a 3-for-4 exchange, but the Aatrox can solo this drag.
Yeah, but if Swift Strike and Devil's Avocado spot this out, they can rotate back and get a kill on the Burrito here. They suspect that it's happening. They haven't checked it just yet. Swift Strike does spot it out. Teleport coming in from Dr. Voisu, and he's going to hop over the wall.
Yeah,
Oh, he finishes
I really
the
think that
teleport.
his teleport on the wrong side was the wrong decision. He flashes to live, but you gotta think, if you're using your teleport just to bait them in, you can cancel it, right? He could have canceled that, not died at all, but doesn't die and burns both summoners instead.
Yeah, not sure that was a worthwhile trade for him there. He could have just, like you said, canceled the teleport and been completely fine there, not had to burn anything, not had to deal with the damage coming out from Zero to Hero and Burrito there. But the kill could have happened. I feel like Shooter here, Burrito missed some of their abilities and weren't able to quite get the kill before the flash came in. They could have layered their CC a little bit better potentially, and potentially gotten a kill there, but of course that's speculation, we don't know exactly. But now we have an extremely fed Orianna in this mid lane position. 5, 1, and 3, so much damage, but the one thing that I should mention is that the shockwaves have left something to be desired here in this game. But even so, Devil's Avocado has been getting kills pretty well, but your boy is toppling on Werfel. Oh
Yeah,
no.
Werfel is going to be very dead, even with the flash, followed by your boy's flash as well. They land that one. The Alistair is too late to catch anybody right now, but they might be able to land some CC. The difference is whether or not they actually find the targets that they're, searching for, because if you're blind, right, look at this vision, they can't see anything in the top jungle, so they can't aggress into it. They need some vision. They need somebody to step up, start taking those wards deeper in, and get something established around this Baron, or else they're going to be just as blind as they were for the dragon fight.
Yep. But you saw there the power that an assassin like Rengar has on a very immobile champion like Brand. Even though Werfel did hit every single one of his abilities and burn flash, all your boy had to do was burn flash, just flash on him and finish out the kill. The damage coming out was really immense, and he didn't even have ult for that engage. And so he just walked in, got the kill, and walked out.
It's getting a little bit more dicey, right? We said that Rdy2Lose, they have the ability to wombo combo, that they have the ability to win fights. They showed us that in the very early game. They got quite a lead rolling, and then the lead just seemed to evaporate, right? They got caught in a bunch of places. They started to lose. They started to, not even be able to win even alongside Burrito and his extremely fed Aatrox, which doesn't bode well for the immediate mid-game. If Burrito gets caught out again, if he gets separated from his team, his entire team is going to die. He might not. But even if he trades back 2 kills or even 3, if he loses all 4 members again, it's still not going to be worth it.
Yep. We see here the the Brand being 1 and 6 after that top lane kill, having a very hard time in this game, and not showing very well for his team. Now, I theorize that if there was a safer pick in this bot lane, just something simple like a Tristana or an Ezreal, that may have been a better case for him to survive, considering they have escapes, they have ways to avoid the Rengar if he sees that he's coming in, and so we have to consider that as it goes into Chop going in.
Going in, trying to land as much as he can, but now they have to consider the fact that this Zac is going to be extremely low when he does come up. The ultimate is mistimed. Rdy2Lose still alive for now. As he goes down, so does the Rengar, and they are able to turn on. Rdy2Lose finally have the upper hand against rock, paper, scissors. For the moment, at least, with the with the Aatrox shoving in the bottom lane, Burrito, he has all the power in the world, but he might be able to catch them off guard as he comes in towards this middle lane. They do spot him out, though. They're going to have a very hard time forcing the issue, even with the ultimate. This seems like a very risky play to make. Burrito, he's going to go down under turret, has to actually burn the Zanyas in order to not drop instantly, still has to revive, and the ultimate revive is going to be used well again, but they have their kill, they have the wave cleared down, at least half of it, and now the Orianna will be put to the test, trying his best to keep them off of this T1 tower as he is rooted in a late QSS, the cleanse being used. He cannot be brought down for now, but with the cleanse late, he almost did drop anyway.
Your boy's searching for a kill though. He did burn ult to try and go in. Doesn't seem to find anything, but yeah, that was pretty sloppy there. You saw that Burrito actually almost mistimed that pretty horribly. He almost timed out his ult with the stopwatch, and it was really close. And so, just imagine if he had stopwatch under tower and timed out his ult revive passive, and then died under tower. We could have memed him so hard if he had done that. One thing we have to remember here, though, is that these are all coaches in Learning 5s. These are the people that you should be expecting to be able to handle these situations very well. Like, they shouldn't have the game knowledge to go from one point to another pretty easily. But you see here that Duberito is getting engaged on top lane.
Duberito, again, might be getting caught out. He does, in fact, go down. And that's really, really bad. He's so much of their gold. In fact, 11,000 of the team's 40k, nearly, actually over 25% of their total gold. To have that not even on the map means that they will not be able to take a single fight, even in a members down or even scenario. Now Rdy2Lose is the one that is being focused. Werfel has a chase onto him, charmed up, the Rengar is in, and the Rengar has claimed yet another victim, the Brand. His flame extinguished a bit too early, pulled through the wall by the Swain, but it's not going to stop them from their third Infernal Dragon. The team that was behind, the Infernal that started it all, it's now coming full circle for them.
Yeah, and you'll never guess. 3 Infernals means a lot more damage. That's something that just happens when you have a really, really strong mid lane and bot lane being able to grab these kills up. And do some damage. You get more things that do even more damage, and that's kind of how League of Legends works. Welcome to this is essentially learning fives in a nutshell. You do things, you get more damage, so you can do more damage. That's it. You can go home now.
You know, I wondered why you weren't a coach. I don't understand now. It was perfect analysis. 100% the best analysis I've ever heard.
Exactly.
And with 25% additional ability power, I mean, you're rivaling the old Rabadons in terms of just sheer bonus for Devil's Avocado and across the board, right? That's just a great stat boost to have, of course, but more importantly, when you're already winning fights and you're getting stat boosts like that, it's going to become even easier to win them. And now we see the real weakness of the composition of Rdy2Lose, right? They had a great early game. The Aatrox was super strong, but when the Aatrox is the only thing winning on the map, you don't have enough damage nor enough peel to actually be able to take the rest of these fights. They have a great engage, great chase team, but when the bottom 4 of the map are all behind, they can't actually chase.
Oh, your boy going bot though.
Yeah, he is in onto anti-gravity. The Zanya's popped again. The ultimate is here. He baited him back into it, and the Comet finishes that off as the Shockwave takes him mid. 2 kills for nearly free. The cross-map globals, the ultimates, paying dividends for these AP carries on the sides of rock, paper, scissors. They have so much gold in their name. They're going to even turn and try and get this Baron secured for themselves.
And that was just an unfortunate set of circumstances there. Werfel going down in the mid lane, essentially solo with Devil's Avocado, and your boy getting an assist by Dr. Voiku there, but Baron being the objective here. Now, Baron, for those that are unfamiliar with the game League of Legends, gives your minions enhanced health and resistances to be able to push showers and siege more effectively, but Duberito's going to go in here.
And 3 versus 5. This is the last chance for them to make it all happen. The teleport is coming in from either the Brand or the Swain. It's the Swain. The Brand has showed up as well. This is now a 5 versus 5, and they might be able to do it. So low on health bars. Everyone is blinking red, and they don't get out. In fact, Devil's Avocado is the one that is alive, and he misses Shockwave. But will that be enough? Duberito goes down. Werfel, the last one standing. Dr. Voice just needs to put anything underneath him, and they bring him down as well. It was a valiant attempt. They stopped the Baron, but they didn't win the fight.
Yeah, that was pretty unfortunate. Rdy2Lose the only one surviving from that. They did stop the Baron, so that is kind of a bright spot there. The Baron didn't get taken, but Devil's Avocado just went off in that fight. Got so much damage, so many kills, and essentially won the fight for them. As Rdy2Lose going to go in again to try and stop this mid lane from going down. Doesn't quite have the damage to face off against Devil's Avocado, but he does clear out the minions, so that does help a lot.
This is, I mean, yeah, it's at this point it is very, very difficult to win against the Orianna and the Ziggs, right? You take a look at their overall gold. They are even nearly with the one member on Rdy2Lose that has gold, that Aatrox. If they are both at that point and the Rengar quick behind, you've got to wonder, you know, in terms of overall damage, where's it going to come from otherwise, right? The Swain, the Brand, both so far behind, not able to put out anything in these fights in terms of lasting DPS or kills acquired. How can they come back into that?
I feel like it just coming back into this game for Rdy2Lose is pretty simple on that. They need to get on to Devil's Avocado and bring him into the fight, and force him to burn QSS so that Zach can pick her up, put her into the fight next to anti-gravity. But they have to burst her pretty quick because she has so much protection from the Rakan and herself, and they have to kill this Orianna so fast in these fights and then not die to all the other threats. But Orianna is the biggest one, so they need to focus on that and kill her, move on, and focus on the next targets, which should probably be Dr. Voiku or even your boy if your boy is so deep in. But this mid lane tower real low, and they aren't gonna try and go for it. But Dr. Voiku getting half health, having to burn flash.
He's burned Flash so many times this game, but it never seems like he gets punished for it.
Yeah. Oh, they're gonna go in, do burrito.
Yeah, he is getting pinched, actually. There is the backline struck by Swift Strike, and everything has gone wrong. These guys, they've got the answer. Rock, paper, scissors is the key to League of Legends, and this is their Rochambeau moment. Everything has gone according to plan. 5 members against 2. They just have to push in and take more turrets now, and with Ziggs, with Orianna, they have plenty of damage to do so.
They sure do, but they don't have any minions right now. The minions are at where their old T2 or T1 was, and so they don't have any minions to get this tower. It is going to help out stall the game a little bit, but I feel like well, you're taking a little bit of damage there. I feel like...
And a very long delay, you know, they didn't have to walk back through the turret to get to Baron, and in fact, it actually delayed them even further. So now that they see that there's wards, now that they know that they're spotted out going towards the Baron, maybe they'll reconsider this action. And in fact, they do. The Rift Scuttler is just too much. They can't clear that, and they can't bait the Baron with it up.
What we see here on Mountain Drake spawning right now, I feel like that could be the nail in the coffin for Rock, Paper, Scissors, in that if they get this, they don't just have the added damage from the triple Infernal Drake they have, they're going to have this percent damage to objectives, and that's going to be absolutely amazing for them, because if you saw in that last Baron fight, they had such a hard time burning it down because they don't have like a consistent AD carry to grab it and to hit it a lot. And so if they get that extra damage from the Mountain Drake, they might actually be able to take this Baron pretty effectively, and they will grab this up. Your boy ulted in. Oh my god, Brand with the steel Whirlful. The 2 in 10 Brand with a single Q.
Okay. I mean, if you're gonna steal a dragon, you might as well do it with just a random Q, right? There's no better way than just throwing it offhand and just getting it because you can. But it was only a mountain. This wasn't an infernal. It does help them take towers, which they have a very big problem with, right? They don't have Ziggs. They don't have, a tower-busting mage on their own team. So at least it is something that does help them in their eventual quest to siege down if and when they come back into this.
Yeah, and the two things that I find funny about that, one, that was a blind Q because Travis had killed the ward. 2, your boy had smite there. There was no legitimate reason to give that up, and also Travis could have stood between the dragon and that side of the wall and blocked it with his body. But yeah, we don't talk about those things. But the fight's gonna happen around Baron here in just a second.
Well, they're trying not to fight as best they can. They force the flash from the one and only troll, but that allows them to all cluster in for a massive shockwave, and this could be the fight that they turn it back around on. They've already brought down the Trundle for a great shutdown kill, and that's the only kill that they have given over. It means that the Baron can't be stopped, but with the Ziggs pushing in the bottom lane, they have to send someone back, and they have to send them back soon. Zero to Hero, he might have overextended as well, as he will turn back into Bloblet form. There's one teleport to save him. Will the Brand use it? That will not be the case. He drops as well.
A little bit of miscommunication there from Zero to Hero. I saw that he decided to go in even though the rest of his team was backing up. Werfel had to go bot to stop Dr. Voiku. Werfel?
He might not be able to.
Yeah,
Both
probably.
at 10 HP, and the Ziggs is longer range. Alistair
they're
goes
going.
in, though. They're going to try again. Once more onto the breach, and this time it's a much better scenario. Duburito has set it all up, and with the Swain at high health as well, they're allowed to turn onto the Baron, and there is absolutely no contest. Ziggs, with the teleport in, can Dr. Voiku steal this away?
Just a teleport by
chased them
itself.
off without doing a single thing.
Yeah, the teleport itself was enough to get them off the Baron, knowing that they don't have the damage to be able to withstand both the Baron damage and the Ziggs poke. They know that they can't withstand what's coming out.
Ziggs poke is all skill shots. All you have to do is just dodge the skill shots, right?
Potentially,
So just
except
get
the
good.
Ziggs can actually just throw his bombs onto the Baron and hit the melee champions that were on it. You had Alistar and Burrito that were on the Baron, uh, and so there were two.
True, but it's only like what 120 a bomb, so that's still not that much more than Baron's putting out overall. I mean,
Plus his
it
ability
doesn't
power.
seem like they have to back off of just him, especially when they have Smite. You know? Oh wait, did they have
They
Smite?
did not
No,
have
Zero to
Smite.
Hero was dead.
Zero
Okay, they
Hero
didn't
was
have
dead.
Smite, so that makes more sense.
No, the bombs provide quite a lot of burst, especially at this point in the game with Triple Infernal.
Well, let's take a look. We actually have proxy mines are 180 plus 153 apiece. So you're right, they are about 320 a bomb, which is significant, but compared to their overall like 3k health bar, still not as great of a worry as one might think.
You would think, but they decided to play it safe, knowing that they were super far behind. Uh,
True.
but you see here that now we have an issue where the game has stalled out to the point where no inhibitors have been taken. Rock Paper Scissors has not pushed that bot lane further, and they do have wards down there to see if the rotations come out, but none of the action is happening in that area. You see that pink ward on the bot side by the Krug camp, and I feel like that's very misplaced. They need to move that into a place where it matters more around this Baron. They don't have a whole lot of vision around here, and they need to play around the objectives that are happening right now. You can't just buy a one pink ward, place it, and say, hey, I got my pink ward for the game, let's go, and they call it good. You have to move it. You have to buy more pink wards. You have to adapt as the game moves on.
Yeah, and speaking of moving on, they have moved on from their earlier complete lack of vision control to a lack of vision control on everywhere outside of the pit. But because this pink ward is already in that pit, they have no reason to clear out any of these other wards. Nobody is checking it because they just don't think that this is a possibility. With 4 members off the map, you have to be considering this, and they finally do. At 5,000 HP, the Rengar has made his way over towards this, but it should go down
gone.
before he even gets in. Yes, blue team secures that Baron Nashor, and that's a great tool for them to be able to come back, considering all of the wave clear on the side of Rock Paper Scissors coming out of AP carries.
And at this point, if you're RPS, you have to think, is this how it happens? Is this how after a 37-minute comeback from a really big gold deficit in the early game, is this how we throw it? Is this how we mess it all up and ruin what we've worked on? Just so much work put into this game for them. It could all disappear because of this one Baron buff. There's so much standing gold on this map. There are all 3 inner turrets ready and waiting for Rdy2Lose to take down, and that's so much gold ready to go in their pocket and ready to help win these fights. And that's what Rdy2Lose needs. They need to push mid, they need to push bot, get those towers, and get back into this game, because right now they are just bleeding. They lose one thing after another, and they need to be proactive. Oh, but your boy going in on anti-gravity.
Yeah, this could be the turnaround, but oh my gosh, even when they do manage to find an opening, it's never an easy thing. And your boy, I mean, he can't burst down the Swain anymore, that is for sure. The Rengar has hit the point, and he is beginning to fall off. There is no one-shot available for him besides maybe Werfel, and when he's surrounded by 3-4 champions with all CC, it's hard for the Rengar to do much of anything. They're going to have to zone out very brilliantly in order to make sure that they can take this dragon. All the setup, it's waiting, smited away 0 to hero. Now they have full vision onto that drag as well. The
That
Elder.
should be so good for Rock Paper Scissors to get. 3 Infernals with an Elder Dragon would be an absolute massive amount of AD and AP that they get. And just the burn, it would be with 3 Drakes, is ridiculously strong in these team fights that are already really close. I feel that would be the game end for Rock Paper Scissors if they can grab this. But Rdy2Lose understands this. They're here and ready to fight for it if they can get to it fast enough. But 0 to hero is such a big Zac right now. He's about as tall as a tower, and that's pretty fun to watch. But this Baron buff is getting close to timing out, and they're going to try and engage mid.
Yeah, with the ultimates from Chav, he is able to CC quite a few members. Has not gone down either. Anti-gravity, very low, but he will instead turn and burn that man to the ground. The Aatrox has already fallen once. The shockwave doesn't land onto a single member. As your boy comes up, he has one more chance to revive. Burrito He finally burns his GA as well. Zero to Hero, Pocket Cookies, they have a lot to do. They're going to have to turn and run away, because if they don't, your boy Kane Demon is going to make the most of it, and he does get that kill. Zero to Hero will drop as well, splits into the Boblets, no way to TP back to him, and they should burn him down before he gets up. I can't believe it. He's actually respawned in time, and Swift Strike might not even be able to burn down Pocket Cookies either. He has to chase under the turrets, the auto attacks, the knock-up. It's just too much, and he doesn't land the pillar to keep him in range finally to chase him down, but he could get caught underneath that turret. If the Zac times it right, Zero to Hero is full HP because of the Warmogs and has to be fully brought down again. There's just no way that Trundle could catch him, you think. Yeah, no mana to speak of. They're going to have to kill the turret.
Oh man, having to take a turret after completely a one fight, but you have to think. They were so focused on chasing and getting kills that they didn't focus on objectives. They potentially could have gotten that bot inhib if they had just said, okay, well, Zac lived, but he can't clear us out of bot lane.
Well, you can't stop the Ziggs at all, right? Yeah. Ziggs has the auto attacks, right, currently on Ziggs do roughly around 900 damage to a turret.
Yeah,
you know?
It's passive, yeah.
And so if you consider that and the fact that he can get those off, basically 3 times in quick succession with his spell combos, then you have to consider the fact that that inhibitor lives for like, what, 7 seconds? Maybe?
At most.
Probably even less, but that's just harsh reality. Sometimes you do lose sight of the overall objectives and you have to reconsider, but the Elder Dragon is still fresh in their minds and they're going to reset. Try this one again. But they've got to be careful. They almost lost that last fight. If not for what I would say is a great assassination by your boy Can't Even, they might have absolutely lost it.
Yeah, I agree. Your boy fought Werfel down on the bot side by Red Bush. So he got the kill down there and rotated mid to grab a kill on the anti-gravity and essentially won the fight for them. But in this fight here, we're going to have to see if he can have the same effect, but Duburito is shoving out this bot lane. Your boy is here and might decide to try and go in, but I'm not sure that'd be a good idea.
It might be, especially with Werfel going down. They get 1 engage, 2, Duburito. He has an ultimate. Your boy Can't Even. He's going to try and ult away from Duburito. I don't know if he knows where the Rengar is, but he's already had to be forced into his revive passive. 600 HP is now the only thing that separates him from death. Knocked up and charmed by this Rakan, but the Rengar is completely trapped and he gets pulled back in as well. This means that Chav, he might be the one to get turned around on instead. The Shockwave has to be forced out in order to land on the 3 members. The Comet finished off the Aatrox though, and now Anti-Gravity is going to be the point of focus. This Orianna is short to live except for all the shields. Chav somehow has kept him alive, and he's still alive long enough for this Trundle to get into the fight. They get a brilliant turnaround and keep 3 of their members up and working before they teleport mid to take the inhib.
Yeah, that was pretty, a lot of tunneling going on for Rdy2Lose there. They tunneled so hard on the Orianna when they could have just turned around and quickly killed Dr. Boyku. Orianna was at really low HP, but that was not as impactful as turning around and killing the Ziggs was at this point. But Ziggs is able to get the W, grab that tower, but I don't think they're going to be able to get the inhib now that Werfel's up.
Yeah, see, and this is the problem, right? Even though they get all of these kills, even though they win the fight, they just can't actually turn that into objectives. And you think with the Ziggs, one of the fastest pushing champions in the game, it wouldn't be that hard, but it's going to get even harder. In fact, Dr. Voiku is taking names and taking gold straight to his bank account. Swift Strike got the Zac. That was a huge part of their game plan. And Zero to Hero, he can't regen from that one. He's going to be completely dead. Swift Strike, no HP though, and no way to leave. He is dropped in turn. And that means that this is still a very contested outlet.
We are now 43 minutes into a game that should have ended like 10 minutes ago. There has been an open inhib in the bot lane for like 15 minutes. Dr. Voiku and your boy are going to be here getting this dragon, but it's at 2000 HP. No smite here coming out from blue side. Red team does get it.
That's a very big dragon pickup. Remember, Elder True Damage Burn is going to help them so much in this fight, and it does! Devil's Avocado, he is one with the Devil currently. Made a deal for his soul just to be better at League of Legends. So much AP to his name. And this is going to be another kill as well in his pocketbook. a great ace, one of the first ones we've seen in the last 15 or so minutes. And finally, maybe he can turn towards the bottom lane if it weren't for the fact that Werfel and Zero to Hero have already respawned and made their way there.
Yep, Devil's Avocado could have done some stuff in the bot lane, but it took him a little bit to get down there, and Werfel and Zero Hero were down there already, so no potential there. The top lane turret was also getting hit up by this giant, massive wave of minions. It's actually going to go down here. Is it? Never mind. Swift Strike did manage to get there just in time, but it is very low, and that standing gold is so important for Rdy2Lose. They're so close to getting full builds on them, and this is the point in the game where you have to remember that a gold lead essentially doesn't matter. We are 45 minutes into a game, and the amount of gold you have matters very little when pretty much everyone is at 5 or 6 items. Oh, the teleport coming in, anti-gravity so far in.
Very, very deep. Remember, he does have Zhonya's, but will it be enough? Zero to Hero has actually separated himself out from his own carries, and that was a big mistake, my friend. He gets popped. The teleports, they would need one to keep him alive, but they've got absolutely nothing. And in a 4 versus 5 with it all to do, can the boys from Red actually bring it home? It looks like Rdy2Lose have brought down one, but they don't have the damage. The Trundle is still alive. 1 versus 4. How has he managed to live through this? The knockups are there, and the Rengar is into the backlines. He's brought down more than one member. The Resurrection will keep them alive for now. The GA is still up. Anti-gravity, he has to live through this if they want to have a chance. But bo3 with his GA is the only thing stopping them from a complete victory.
bo3 has to make a hero play here. There are 3 full live members of Rock, Paper, Scissors here ready to defend themselves. But bo3, he could manage to do it, but he's staying by the Nexus and just gets popped? Question mark?
Force the flash. He is not in this fight, and that doesn't matter because with the Ziggs and the Orianna, look at the auto attacks. The turrets are already down. The Nexus is next, and it is going to be Rock, Paper, Scissors taking the game number 1. Keep in mind, this is still a best of 3, and that was only game 1.
Yeah, we have more action coming up here. We will see if Rdy2Lose can change up their strategy, make sure that they can update how they play in this matchup, realizing that even if they get an early advantage, Rock, Paper, Scissors has the potential to tough it out, or understand that they have a win condition and then play by it. So Rdy2Lose needs to make some changes going into the second game.
Absolutely. We'll see if they can make those changes or not, because after all, they've got another couple games to try and make the comeback, or if the boys from the anime are going to take it 2-0. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You spent all this time thinking of me. How come you're not there when you got me? I know that you're busy, so make the time. If you want this with me, do me right. I could be somewhere else, but I'd rather be with you. And that's what I call time well spent. So what you call it when you're with me? Is it time well spent? So what you call it when you're with me? keeps me up. I can't rely on you to understand. Oh, I can't help myself, but I place my shame, but I place my shame on you, on you, on you. I can't help myself, but I place my shame, but I place my shame on you, on you, on you. I can't relax without you. I can't rely on you. I can't relax without you. I can't rely on you.
You take me aboard your rocket ship.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 2 of our North American Coach Show match. I am Penguin God, joined here by Belk Rama. How you doing today, Belk?
I'm doing pretty good. Had some great Chinese food, and I'm ready for some exciting League of Legends action.
Oh boy, that sounds like a lot of fun there. Now, I should mention that Game 1 went to Rock, Paper, Scissors, the anime, which is now on blue side, and Ready to Lose is on red side. They have swapped sides, and we do have also a little bit of a role swap. Um, Zero to Hero, Werfel, and Duburito all swapped lanes. Duburito is now AD carry, Werfel is going to jungle, and Zero to Hero is top lane. This was approved by both teams. They both decided that they were okay with it and wanted to switch it up a little bit, and they did make sure that it was okay with me before they did it. But we have here some interesting picks and bans coming out. The Vladimir, Fizz, Kaisa, and the Nasus, Zyra, Rengar. So we noticed that the Nasus is banned away again from Swift Strike. He plays a lot of Nasus. Zero to Hero, it does really well on Fizz. And Vladimir, Kaisa, Zyra, just all really good bans. But Zero to Hero does play a lot of Fiora as well.
Yeah, Rengar taken away from your boy this time. Not wanting a repeat of the constant dives that plagued their team in the last game. I saw a bit of that when I was waiting in the wings. Looking at things here, Fiora versus Jax, not exactly the most common picks in this meta. Graves versus Talia, however, was really common a little bit ago. Whoever gets the quick draw in there, because Graves takes a lot of damage if he dashes into Talia's stones.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a 50-50 matchup. Both put out a lot of early pressure. How do you feel about this LeBlanc really in Soul, though?
This LeBlanc early in Soul is going to be pretty interesting. It's probably going to be interesting to me in that Devil's Avocado has to be positioned really, really well to be able to be in range for his stars to do damage while also being behind minions, so it's harder for anti-gravity to go in and get some damage on him. But the biggest problem with Aurelion Sol in this matchup is that he just takes so much damage from being close to LeBlanc. With LeBlanc, you want to stay pretty far away and farm from range if you can.
Yeah,
But
the nice thing is, at least LeBlanc has the option of going into his face, and if she lands the chain, there's not a whole lot Aurelion Sol can do pre-6 to get around that. I imagine it's going to be a instance of just clearing the wave and trying to make impacts on the bot side.
And we see here a more traditional AD carry for Dubrito there with Navarus, and Dr. Voiku is going to grab the illusion as well. This is a pretty interesting lane in that the support's going to have the biggest impact. We see Chava Chava pick up Pike here, and
Ooh.
Pocket Cookies hovering the Soraka. Um,
I'm I'm actually quite surprised to see Avaris picked up. He's been plagued by a really poor win rate. Him and Caitlyn have been bottom of the tier in solo queue. Obviously, in competitive play, his utility is not to be understated. Still very useful. Um, However, we'll see how this lane goes. Pike does have the initiative in that if he ever makes an aggressive play onto the Soraka, flashes to land the E, Soraka's in a really bad spot. Lucian outputs a chunk of damage.
But we should mention though that Lucian's damage does fall off in the later part of the mid game and the late game. He doesn't do quite as much as other carries do. his damage does do fairly well in the early game, and then the early part of the mid game, and like the middle part of the mid game. But past that, it's hard for him to keep up with champions like Varus and Talia and LeBlanc. They're gonna have to see if he has that effect in this game. One thing that Lucian does really good at though is grabbing hold of a lead and extending it. Uh,
Mhm.
he chases people down very well. He gets damage off, especially when he builds the Blade of the Ruined King. He does very well at pushing forward his advantages and making sure that a small gold lead turns into a bigger one for himself.
And he does have the benefit of having an Aurelion Soul and a Pike who are going to be playing around him quite a bit to try to get him that early gold lead. Soraka does have heals to try to keep Varus alive, does have the silence to try to mess with Pike's initiation. But Lucian, if he gets the ball rolling, it'll be really dangerous and a risky situation for the Soraka Varus. However, late game, Lucian, short range, LeBlanc loves feasting on squishy targets like that in the low range, and she's going to have a lot of fun. So we'll see how that's going to work out.
Yep, I agree. But in the top lane, we have Jax versus Fiora, and this is a pretty interesting matchup to me, considering both of them, if they have the skill, can outplay the other. They are very, they are each very good in their respective ways of uh, making sure that they can get their damage off while the enemy can't. But it's all going to be down to whether or not Zero to Hero or Swift Strike kind of get nervous and pull that trigger first and
Mhm.
decide that they want to go in. But this could end up being just a farm lane because neither one of them want to make that mistake that gets the other ahead. Because Jax or Fiora, either one of them can absolutely take over games. They can always have that impact of being this sort of frontline damage dealer CC bot that um, the the other side that can't do anything about. Jax stuns off Fiora, does so much damage in AoE. It's just absolutely impressive what they can do when they're ahead, but it's going to be hard for either of them to get ahead in this lane.
Well, it always comes down to whether or not the Fiora can parry the counter strike of Jax. Mistakes that can really snowball this lane because both of them want to start snowballing and get items and become a split push threat. Both of them are capable of taking over team fights if they get a good engage off and a good flanker coming at the right time. But generally speaking, these two champions are going to be wanting to stay in the top lane, stay on their little island and put pressure on the map and have people come to them. So I think it's going to come down to whoever gets the ganks and whoever makes mistakes more than anything else in this lane.
I agree, but with that, we're going to send it over to a quick break to wait out the rest of the spectator delay and load into the game. Don't touch that browser, we will be right back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Game 2 of the Coach Show match, and we immediately have a pause. This is a great chance for us to talk about these lanes and look at these squished faces coming out of them on the scoreboard. Um, yeah, I don't. It's like a nice little visual bug there, and I kind of love it.
I'm not seeing it. I wish I was seeing what you're saying. I'm not seeing squished faces at all.
I don't know. Might just be a visual bug that I'm seeing. I'm not sure if the stream can see it, but Yeah, the icons on the scoreboard in the bottom middle of the screen seem a little bit squished to me. Either that or I'm
Okay.
just crazy. But anyway, we are already a minute into this pause. Champions haven't even loaded onto the game into the rift, but now we have the game on the blue side. We have rock paper scissors, the anime, with Swift Strike in the top lane, your boy Can't Team in the jungle, Devil's Avocado in the mid lane, Dr. Voiku in the bot lane with Tribuchab supporting him.
And on the red side, we've got Rdy2Lose, Zero to Hero rocking the Fiora on the top lane, Werfel switching up with some Talia in the jungle, Anti-Gravity in the mid lane, blah. Burrito, Varsing the AD carry role, Pocket Cookies, Soraka support.
Yep, and we see a nice little five-man stack here on the bot side. It's likely not going to be seen by Dr. Voiku in time. They do see him right there. He's going to get a lot of damage on him. Voiku at half health already. Doesn't burn anything, doesn't get scared, and just walks away.
Yep, lots of information given over to the anime squad and taking the advantage of all of them being on that side of the map to get deep vision, and Graves already making plays towards that red buff.
Yeah, you see here that because of the five-man of Rdy2Lose showed there, the blue side dropped a ward in the blue pit and then put the Graves over towards the red side, and Zero to Hero is gonna walk over there and see if he can spot him out, but your boy and Swift are gonna be right there, but Zero to Hero spots it out, and I'm assuming he's telling his team right now so that Werfel can go over to the enemy red buff and take that. But Zero to Hero might try and cheese this a little bit. I'd be surprised if he did, though.
That would be pretty risky. We're trying to walk into a Jax and a Graves, but Jax has already left, leaving Graves alone, but without vision. Ooh. No, this will be cheesy.
If it happens. Oh, he's going in. He gets it.
Oh, he got it! Oh, that's unfortunate. All
Oh,
the information
no.
given away means Talia's straight heading over there.
Oh, but he's taking so much damage from the avocado in the mid lane. Oh, and Werfel gonna get taken out by the ignite and the auto attacks. Devil's avocado. Oh, he flashes over the wall to get out. Not biggest disaster, but oh, he smites the scuttle crab. The shove coming in to save his own life. Werfel playing this really well. Anti-gravity gonna be there, but Voiku really low in the bot lane. One more auto attack, potentially taking it. No, Devil's avocado being chased down now. Anti-gravity, and Werfel looking for the kill, but all of that just because Zero to Hero managed to steal that red buff.
Right. That could have gone so bad for
Oh, Pocket Cookies grabbing the first blood with that silence. Oh, but the parry onto the stun there does get so much damage returned. Swift Strike not playing that very well. He has to save that for if Zero to Hero uses his parry prematurely.
Yeah, Jax has to be really careful with his initiations in the top lane. He cannot just go in willy-nilly and try to land a stun.
Oh, but that was a lot of damage going on to Zero to Hero there. Does play that very well. He's potentially just playing around the cooldown of the parry, understanding that it's on a high cooldown, but the pull coming in, the burrito getting taken low under the tower. The ignite coming in, 2 flashes and an ignite burn, but Pocket Cookie's not going to quite get the kill. Double kill for the Lucian.
Wow. Burrito getting 2 kills early in this game gives him a great advantage. He'll probably use this opportunity to try to snowball.
Oh, anti-gravity just getting a kill under a tower without hesitation. Burrito gonna teleport in. Werfel gonna gank. Gets a kill on Voiku with the help of Burrito. Tribuchab, invisible, walking away, trying to survive. Was looking for Werfel, but didn't quite try and get the kill on him. But Burrito, with that coal, gonna try and farm it up. Not sure if that was potentially the best decision, but it means that he's going to be able to farm. But Werfel just leaving Burrito die. The hook, missing your boy, is here, ready to help. And this bot lane is already a mess.
All right, things are kind of spiraling out of control in this game. Everybody wanting to one-up each other and try to extend this game and make it accelerated, I should say. Voiku getting taken out early twice so far in this lane.
Oh, but top lane. Conqueror coming in. So much damage coming out. The slash and the dice and the slice coming. Not going to quite grab the kill, though.
Aggressive plays all across the map. Summoner's blown, trying to chase down kills, and not working out for Fiora in this matchup. Didn't really use her red buff to fullest extent that you would hope for. Is up 11 CS, but Jax is probably going to pick up that big wave and equalize things. So Both sides using their summoners. Not a whole lot happening up there.
Yeah, but one thing you have to remember for this bot lane is there's just an absolute massive amount of poke coming out of Soraka and Varus. The one advantage that uh, Rock Paper Scissors has is that they have a lot of hard engage, and there's zero mobility on the side of the Varus and the Soraka. There is that massive heals coming out of the health battery of Soraka, but if Soraka doesn't manage to avoid that, then we could see a lot of easy kills going on to this Lucian. He's 2-2, so he does have a good bit of gold, but he needs to keep pushing an advantage that he doesn't have right now.
Yeah, I was hoping to see the Lucian pick up lifesteal early to try to mitigate the damage that is coming out of the poke. But unfortunately, he's opting, might be a lethality build coming out of the Lucian here.
It's possible, yeah, and that may or may not be a good thing in this game, depending on how it goes. There aren't any tanks on the side of Rdy2Lose, but in the top lane, oh, the mistime parry doesn't get punished. But you see all the poke going in that bot lane. Dr. Voiku is already at about half HP from all of it. Zero to Hero just trying to get so much damage onto Swift Strike in the top lane. He is weaving it in really well. Ooh, manages to get it, but Warful is top. No parry up to return the stun, so the return damage, you saw all that damage coming out from the minions there being really impactful. But Aurelion Sol on the bot, not Aurelion Sol, that's Chav. Stun not hitting, with the pull gonna land on the Pocket Cookies. Pocket Cookies gonna be the focus. Lucian grabbing that kill and all those minions as well.
Pocket Cookies, unfortunately, using her silence too early and not interrupting the Q. That's unfortunate for her, a bit of a misplay. You definitely want to wait until you see Pyke channeling up his Q to drop the silence to interrupt it. When it's taken off, you're stuck waiting for 15 seconds to be able to use it again.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't have saved her, but definitely helps.
Yeah, it would have potentially made a pathway for her to survive the spot lane gang. But now you see another kill going to the Lucian. The Lucian has all 3 kills of his team, and so they need to start playing around him a little bit more and making it so that he has the tools he needs to not just survive but thrive in this game. Because like I mentioned earlier, Lucian has a very hard time transitioning into that mid and late game, and so he needs to have the resources that his team provides him to get through that mid and late game in a way that he's impactful. It can be so hard sometimes for Lucian to do well in the late game, but if he gets all these kills and gets to his late game point before the rest of the game does, then we might see that benefit. But the gank happening in the bot lane, the pull gonna likely come out. Chav does get the pull on the Pocket Cookies going in again. Like you said, the silence not happening there. It used it earlier. And dies for his troubles.
Yeah, already 3 deaths onto the Soraka. Not having a fun time in this lane. The Aurelion Sol pushed up the minions to the Tower of LeBlanc and took the opportunity to make a play. Right now he's only rocking boots and tier 2 boots just to survive the lane matchup and be able to roam as quickly as possible.
Now, but you see here, there isn't even a gold lead for the side of Rock, Paper, Scissors. They're about 300 gold down from all the CS differentials in each of the lanes, and that's pretty impactful considering that the red team is now slaying the dragon. Thank you, announcer, for that. There's an extra kill going over towards Rock, Paper, Scissors, but again, it's all in the Lucian. Now you have to think, what happens when Anti-Gravity is just able to 1v1 the Lucian and solo him out of these fights and get him out and kill him? Like, you're putting all your eggs in the Lucian basket, and you see Anti-Gravity potentially getting another kill here. Flash is in, gets the W. Oh, jumps back out. He's in a sticky situation, though, not able to quite get out here. He does die, gets shut down. 2-1, Werfel flashing over the wall after the ignite, but Chav gonna go in trying to get the kill. Does get it over for himself.
Yeah, Chav good roam to the mid lane and making sure that things get cleaned up for the right side. LeBlanc, Anti-Gravity, doing good work in the mid lane and picking up that kill, but overstayed. Tried to make some jukes happen. Did not happen. Jax, Graves, everybody collapsing on him to clean up. Unfortunately, no objectives on the map for them to take after that, so it was just more kill gold going over.
Yep, and the thing that you saw there, or that I'm seeing at this point, is that Chav has 100% kill participation at this point. He's been involved in every single kill in this game. and it's boding very well for their late game impact. In that Chab is going to be able to have that late game impact. He is going to be able to do what he wants to do, and Dr. Voiku is going to get there as easily as he can. But oh boy, you see that damage coming out very quickly as soon as Dr. Voiku oversteps even the littlest bit. But your boy was not spotted here in the bot lane.
I think he might have been actually by the ward behind there.
Yeah, but anti-gravity gonna get a lot of damage onto the Devil's Avocado. Oh my god, the flash ignite. What a man. Oh, but in the bot lane, Pocket is gonna be the focus. The ult coming in from the Pike coming in to get the kill. Pocket Cookie's not having a fun time in this bot lane. Lucian ult coming in, the ult missing from Varus, and your boy gonna grab the kill, the Pike ult missing. But that doesn't even matter, but Devil's Avocado gonna be focused by Werfel, not quite getting the kill. Werfel doesn't see it, but the bot lane turret's gonna go down here for all these kills going in the bot lane. And now we have what we call a gold lead.
Yeah, that accelerated quickly right there. We went from just small kills in the mid lane to now just everybody TPs and it's a mess in the bot lane. Picking up the first tower really early into this game. No dragons available for them to take, but it doesn't matter at this point. The gold is on the 2 carries. We've got 2 kills over on the Graves. We've got 2 kills on the Lucian. Still an incredible kill participation by Pike, and he opted for the Nomad's Battalion. I'd like to point out the extra move speed, giving him an opportunity to get even more into these fights and just establish his will wherever he wants to be.
Yeah, this is really a good game for Chab's Pike here, being able to impact basically every single lane. But you see Duburito and Pocket Cookie's just freezing this lane as safely as they can, literally just sitting here farming as slowly as possible because they realize that they are far behind. They're about 3,000 gold behind this game, and they just need farm on their Varus. They need assist farm on their support. They need the XP, they need the levels, they need as much as they can get right now. They cannot afford to fall even further behind in this game or let it snowball. One thing that I didn't mention is that Rock Paper Scissors has a really really good snowball A comp where if any one of them gets super far ahead, they can just take over the game. I mean, except for Rylaian Soul, because Rylaian Soul can just slow it out. But Zero to Hero looking like he's going to go in, flashing in. Riposte not going to happen, the parry not going to happen, but Zero to Hero is trying to slide out. Flash in to get the kill, so he doesn't have it now. The Voice of Light missing with the ult coming in. Chab grabbing it, killing spree for him.
Yeah, an extra 300 gold going over to Rylaian Soul as well, thanks to the passive.
Pocket Cookie is going to be engaged on, but the silence and the root going to come in, potentially saving his life. Another heal. Anti-gravity is going to be here to help out as well. The exhaust coming in. Swift Strike going down to anti-gravity.
Unfortunately getting baited in by the squishy, oh so vulnerable Soraka. The 1-in-4 Soraka has the exhaust ready, has the LeBlanc ready to come and clean up and help her out. Good roam over by LeBlanc.
Yeah, that was really good. That was one of those moments where it's the, oh no, I'm a squishy support all alone by myself, whatever shall I do? But anti-gravity in a precarious position here. Not quite going to grab anything there. But I will point out that this Rylaian Soul has been playing this really bad lane as about as well as you think he could. He's 1, 2, and 3 to the 3, 2, and 0 of anti-gravity. And so seeing that he's not just like straight up losing this lane is a very, very good sign for them in the late game. He's been able to have some impact. He is going to probably finish an item on this back. Not quite yet. He is going for the Rod of Ages here. But we see that the differentials in this game are primarily in the bot lane. At least the bot lane champions with the Lucian and the Varus. Lucian and Varus, their kills are completely different, and the CS is completely different. But you see here in the gold differential in that Lucian is only 400 gold ahead. And that
there's a big CS differential there. That's why it's closer than it should be with the kills.
Yeah. And that's why CS is so important, ladies and gentlemen. This is why your coach tells you to CS better, because 3 kills ahead doesn't matter when you're also 20 CS behind. But Zero to Hero going on a Devil's Avocado here. He pops the ult, trying to get the kill. A Voice of Light coming in to push him away. Devil's Avocado just gonna walk away from this. Turns around with the stun or ball thing, star, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But your boy is in the next focus here. gets half health, but not quite finishing the kill did Rdy2Lose.
Yeah, everybody kind of left your boy alone there and walked into 3 people. Bit unfortunate
Oh,
for
but
him.
Warfall is going down. Killing spree is Dr. Voiku. Oh my god. Stun, double landing. Pocket Cookie's gonna get taken out. Double kill. Flash coming in. Anti-gravity not gonna get taken out quite yet. Swift Strike not gonna be grabbing the kill up. But this turret is the focus. You see here the mentality of Rdy2Lose with their namesake. They are ready to lose in this game. They were not ready for the snowball coming out, and this turret is going to go down as well. They're going to try and walk this Rift Herald in, and I can see no way that it does not get at least 1 hit on this tower.
This is probably the tower. They've accelerated this game really rapidly,
Yeah, they
managing to take that Rift Herald and then using it right away to get that tower down.
Oh, the Jack's going down, though.
Oh, doesn't really matter at the end of the day. That's still an inhib tower gone, and all of the map pressure opened up in the mid lane for the anime squad.
Yeah. That was 3 turrets swiftly in a row, which provides a 6,000 gold lead at 15 minutes for Rock, Paper, Scissors, 60 minutes, I guess. But Devil's Avocado in a bad spot, but Orphan missing the knockup. Zero to Hero going to go in and engage, but Chabi Chab going to try and get out after Gravity, not quite getting any CC. And with Lucian using the Blast Cone to get over, but this is an open Drake for them to grab. Zero to Hero going to slide in, get some damage shard on that Drake.
That is a bit of a consolation prize, as they managed to pick up a second Earth Drake here, assuming nobody smites or steals it magically.
Your boy is right there, though. Nope, doesn't quite get it. Your boy gonna give his life to try for the steal. 2 Mountain Drakes, though, for Rdy2Lose. Pretty good.
2 Mountain Drakes and the shutdown gold on the Graves going over. Unfortunately, nobody on the enemy squad managing to spend their gold, so they were sitting on a big chunk of change when that fight and chase broke down.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Anti-gravity going to be the focus there of Chavichov, but Chavichov doesn't get anything, and I don't think he should have anyway, because there was no one around to help him if he'd gotten a pull there, so... yeah, we see here that the gold lead is about 5,000 now. And that dragon, those 2 Mountain Drakes are going to help Rdy2Lose pretty well, because they're so far behind in this game. They do need the extra damage, especially to objectives. With the Baron and the dragons coming up, they're going to need that little bit of an edge coming out into these fights.
Yeah, the downside is they don't ever really get the opportunity to safely farm these waves if they play it right. Pyke right now has all of the movement tools in his kit to basically assert his will wherever he wants, and they're looking for a play here.
Oh, but top lane, Zero to Hero, going to try and slide away. Chavichov missing it. Does go in, but doesn't quite land any CC on a Zero to Hero, so Zero to Hero just walking away there.
Yeah, ideally...
Nothing quite going to come of this, except Anti-Gravity going to get engaged on by Voiku. Voiku grabbing the kill. He is unstoppable at this point. The ult coming in by Zero to Hero. Flashing in. Soul Strike trying to jump, trying to get out. He has no mana to return, but Zero to Hero likely going to try and dive this. He does grab the kill for himself. He does finally get the first kill for him in this game. But oh my god, the heal coming in from Soraka barely saves Warful's life. Chav and your boy had walked away, but oh, Voiku gonna get engaged on with the ult from Varus. Shut down onto Voiku, and that goes over to the Varus. It's really important because now shutdowns are not team gold anymore; they are solo gold, and so that kill going over to the Varus is really impactful, especially since there's a lot of gold to be picked up there, and so he's going to be able to get items and stuff and things, and he's going to be able to do more damage, and doing more damage is good as a carry because you want to be able to kill them faster.
That whole play was a mess. I'm just trying to wrap my brain around. The Soraka ult was nice, but it didn't really make a difference. The ultimate just whiffed from Chav, unfortunately, not managing to pick it up, and that kind of snowballed things with Dr. Voiku and your boy trying to push that inhib and not being able to pick it up and getting CC'd to death. And yes, they managed to pick up a blue buff, but that was a lot of wasted opportunities that they could have used to extend their lead here. Instead, they give up gold from shutdowns.
They aren't playing around this open mid lane very well. They're trying to get advantages in the other 2 lanes, assuming that they got the turrets mid, so everything must be good mid. So they're going to other lanes, but they aren't. They're only mostly hanging around mid and top lane. They need to start pressuring this mid inhibitor a lot more, and then you just start getting pressure in this bot lane. No one has been down there for a few minutes now to pick up anything, but they are letting Dr. Voika go and grab all that down there, and so that's going to be good for him. But all of team Ready to Lose is in the mid lane, but there's a pause because it looks like Voiku had a little bit of internet trouble there. Reconnected.
The usual. But he's already back into the game. Next objective on the map is going to be this Baron that just spawned. It's a bit of a risky business trying to make a play for it with LeBlanc and Warfel on this Talia being able to poke people out. So they're going to need to look for a pick. I've been seeing this Pyke sitting in the top lane for the past 3 minutes looking for plays on Fiora. Yes, the Fiora doesn't have her flash, but it's still probably one of the hardest targets to lock down on this team. So if they really want to make a pick and make something happen on this map, they should be looking for people clearing the wards inside the enemy jungle. The Soraka, Deborito, Werfel, all of these targets, squishy, easy to get on, does not have mobility options, and doesn't have a way to cancel out your CC like Fiora does. So I'd like to see that happen in the next little bit here.
Yeah, one thing I want to point out is that neither team has a true tank. I guess Pyke could be a true tank, and I guess Jax could be a tank, but neither one of them are meant to be that. Jax wants to do damage, so does Pyke, so does the Fiora as well, and so both of these teams are very volatile. They are easily killed. They are easily blown up in these fights, and so it's going to be on all of them to position well and play well, and make sure that they don't get insta-killed in this game. Because if they do, it's going to be a pretty easy win for either side at this point.
Yeah, I'm not expecting a Baron play at any time soon. If anything, they'd probably be looking to get baits. But at this point, Ready to Lose has the better advantage in the vision control department.
Yeah, they do, but we have to remember that the gank's coming out. Oh, the ult coming in, your boy, when they get the focus, just taken out immediately. That's the pick potential that we need to see there. Just the ult coming out from Doborito grabs it up, and their first tower of the game going in evens up the gold a little bit. It's only about a 4,000 gold lead now instead of a 6,000 gold lead, so really, really good there coming out. But Dr. Voiku is going to ult to try and grab this tower, but the teleport coming in from Zero to Hero are going to dissuade him from continuing there. But Warfel going to go in, sees him in that bush, tries to go in, but oh, gets the hit, and he does go down. That seismic shove doing a lot of work.
Yeah, that's a bit problematic when the person that you have invested all of your gold into is just split pushing and getting caught out after the enemy team just groups up and uses their strength in number. It was a 1-3-1 at the time when 5 people are grouped up. It's
Oh
not
no,
ideal.
Aurelian's soul gonna get so low here. Chop pulling people in, but the heal coming in for Pocket Cookies doesn't quite get a kill, but Warfel gonna get engaged on by Swift Strike here. Not quite getting the kill onto either one of them. Pocket Cookie's gonna dissuade most action from coming in, but Warfel almost walking into that pull. That could have been really dangerous there, buddy.
Yeah, I think the anime squad needs to take a breather, regroup, and start thinking about playing around their objectives and not just chimping out in the side lanes at this point.
Yeah, neither team I think is playing to their win condition right now, except other than the little bit of pick potential that Ready to Lose has. They have so much long range CC that they're able to grab, so much damage coming, but the blue side win condition is just grouping as 5. They have so much AoE and a lot of damage coming really quickly, and they have the only beefy members in this game, and they aren't playing around that. They're just walking around taking your farm and objectives, where when you're ahead like this, you don't just want to let the other team farm. You want to force them to come to you and take your objectives, and not take your objectives, but take the fights that you want, that they don't want, that you have the advantage in. And that's what they're not doing right now. Blue side is not playing to their advantages and using their advantage to get further ahead in this game. They're just kind of playing the game. The Burrito gonna get engaged on. So much damage coming onto him. Doesn't quite get the Pyke ult onto it, but they are finally playing to that engage. Burrito took a step too far. Warfel gonna cut off everyone but Chop. Chop just gonna like jump over that, yeah.
Yeah. It's a bit unfortunate for Talia that almost every new champ has some way to easily get out of her Weaver's Wall.
This inhib gonna be the focus here, but the engage coming in, Anti-Gravity gonna try and get the kill, but doesn't quite happen. Voice of Light gonna try and happen, but doesn't get the kill. Zero Hero gonna engage, but gets immediately returned on shutdown. Boyku gonna try and take out Anti-Gravity. Not gonna get it? Nope. And the inhib is gonna be the focus. Quiet again, the pull coming in. And the inhibitor goes down finally. Finally.
It's been open for a good 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get the pick, they get the inhib. Now they can focus on putting pressure and just shoving those in and working around the other towers. Oh, LeBlanc missing the chain,
Unfortunate for them, but this turret gonna go down as well. See, this is what I was talking about, using their advantages to get more advantages, and they needed to do this a while ago. They could have done this 5 minutes ago. They could have done this 6 minutes ago, 7 minutes ago. As soon as that mid inhib went down, they could have done it with Anti-Gravity. Gonna try and go in. Not quite getting it though.
On the other side, sometimes it's pretty risky to take an early inhib. Ooh, clean escape. That was risky as heck.
Yeah.
If you take an early inhib in this meta right now, and then you don't actually do anything with the advantages and the pressure it gives you, you start to fall behind just because of all the gold being given over.
Well, but Rdy is starting to take this Baron. Zero to Hero and Swift Strike here are fighting 1v1 while the Baron is being taken. The red team is slaying the Baron with that extra damage coming out of the Mountain Drakes. But Zero to Hero gets taken out by Swift Strike there, just barely, but Anti-Gravity gonna return kill on him. Oh no, bo3 not quite getting out. He's dead. He's done so.
Well, a desperate play, but it comes out to be the right one. The double Mountain Drake makes it so they shred that Baron. The damage on Baron not that high anymore, so the lack of a tank is less of a deterrent than it used to be when they made that change. So with the double Mountain Drake, it shreds it fast enough. The whole chase from the top side all the way to the bushes sets them far back enough and ends with an easy Baron access for Rdy2Lose.
Yeah, they do get it, but they lose it on 2 members, especially most impactful is their split push threat of the Fiora. If that split push threat had Baron, we might see different plays coming out of them at this point, but now it's Werfel, Anti-Gravity, and Pocket that have Baron. And so Pocket is likely going to be a bo3 anyway, but now Anti-Gravity is one that's going to be split pushing with that Baron buff, but they may not be able to use it very effectively considering this mid lane inhibitor is still down.
The gold lead has dropped considerably from what it used to be, but at the end of the day, they're still ahead, and even with this Baron buff, Fiora's probably not in a position where she can safely split push, regardless. They have no outer towers except for the bot lane one, so she's far from safety if she is split pushing Baron or not. So at this point, they need to just try to reestablish vision and keep scaling and hope that a mistake happens, an overreach.
Yep. This Baron is a very good stall method. Nice Q there from bo3
with the snipe.
Yeah, pro plays coming out from him. This is
North American sniper.
This is why he's a coach. This is why he's a staff member, ladies and gentlemen. It's because of those things right there. Anyway, yeah, but we have a situation where Rdy2Lose could push advantages that they might have, but what they need to do right now is just wait. They need to get resources and need to get farm onto their champions and use that to get items and do League of Legends things and play the video game and do the fights and do the win. But Paka is not in range to help out Anti-Gravity in this bot lane, so except for that global ult that basically does reverse Karthus ult. Yeah, but Anti-Gravity gonna get engaged on here. Chav looking for it, doesn't quite land the pull.
No, Anti-Gravity does have safety with her ultimate being able to double W out. Pike, no flash, no flash for Chav to make plays and force the issue, so can't get in range.
Yep, Werfel gonna try and position himself differently, but does get stunned up. So much damage. The Devil's Avocado getting the kill on a Werfel, really impressive. They're coming out from this Aurelion Soul. They engage in Anti-Gravity, double kill for the Aurelion Soul. Now the focus is going to be this bot lane, trying to grab this tower and this lane as well.
Werfel and Anti-Gravity were in a very dangerous position. If you look inside that side of the jungle, they have absolutely no wards to see anybody coming. It's completely dark, and they just get collapsed on quickly, trying to establish and collect their jungle camps, and it's going to end up with another inhibitor dropping for free.
Yeah, one more tower, one more inhib. This mid inhib is going to be coming up relatively soon, but now the only lane left is this top lane, 4 towers. Chab going to go and try to get the summon of Rdy2. Rdy2 missing, or flashing out. Chab getting real low. Fior taking him out. Dr. Voik going to get focused on, but not quite getting taken out by the 0-to-hero. 0-to-hero not being able to carry this game. Rampage is this Graves. We almost forgot to mention him. He's doing so much damage so quickly, but this inhibit has arrived. Anti-gravity is here. Everyone is so low, they have to run away. Flash coming in for Morphle. Your boy dashing through the stones. Morphle gonna try and get the kill. Not quite gonna. There we go. He does get it. All right.
He was playing well around the smoke screen, but he started that fight way too low, and the dash through the rocks not helping his case at all.
Yeah.
So a bit of an overstay. They had hoped to take and end the game. Even GG's went out in chat. Unfortunately, not the case here. LeBlanc popping people quickly, and Morphle with her throws, throw another rock, extending this game.
Yeah, but we saw there that Rock, Paper, Scissors had tried to go for extra kills, and they tried to go for the end of the game for a brief second there, and that much stall allowed Rdy2Lose to push them out of their base. It allowed Morphle Anti-Gravity to respawn and come into the fight, and if they had just grabbed the 2 inhibs, they would have been in a much better position here. They very likely could have gotten those 2, rotated top, grabbed the top inhib, and just won the game. But they decided to try and, for a split second, that's all it took. They had that slight decision to try and end the game, and they didn't work out, and so Rock, Paper, Scissors had to leave. And Rdy2Lose stalls out the game even more, and there's only 1 inhib down as well. That is the bot inhib, which is really good for taking Baron for blue side now, since they the lane that has super minions in it is the one furthest away from the Baron. Oh no, the stun gonna land. Swift Strike gonna come in. Stun again coming in onto 0-to-hero. 0-to-hero getting taken out by the Jax. The ult coming up from the pike does miss, but everything else landed, and so that was just quite unfortunate. He tried to teleport out, but didn't quite work.
Yeah, just not in range. Gets caught by the Jax E still.
Oh, Anti-Gravity gonna go in. Not gonna happen. The ult coming out from the Varus is gonna lock up the Aurelion Soul, but the inhib is gonna be focused down. Smart play, but now there's nothing else for them to get in this area except for the end of the game. They are in a 5v4, but the health bars are pretty low. Burrito gonna be focused on here. The Soraka health battery is gonna help out red side quite readily. This bot lane, the minions are gonna be so impactful, but Werfel taken out. 50-second death timer at 30 minutes. That's so much time. Anti-Gravity's clone being ignited, shut down onto the Jax. A little spicy there from Chavy to ignite.
Was that Chavy? That was very unfortunate for him igniting that and missing the ultimates in this game. That's the one criticism we could have for Chav, missing the ultimates in a couple of times in this instance. We've got the double inhibs down, which should make it for an easy Baron play. They just need to get Swift Strike back onto the map. He does not have teleports, so he's just going to have to hoof it.
See, the keyword that we have there is should. It should be easy. But
should.
With the way this game has been going, we have no idea how it could be going.
Right, and the last game was a 40-some-odd minute NA special, so we never really know how these games are just fight each other. They all know how they're supposed to be playing the game. They know how to teach the game. Whether or not they listen to their own lessons is always up for interpretation sometimes. But at least all of the objectives have been taken, and it looks like they're going to be setting up vision on this Baron and looking to play around it. Ideally, they start a slow push in the bot lane and the mid lane, so they have vision as all the waves crash into their enemy base and makes it risky for them to sit in this jungle.
Yeah, but now we see here the 2 inhibs down. Our Rock, Paper, Scissors needs to just do one of 2 things. They either need to just rush down this Baron and force them to answer, or go top lane. But they decide to go for this Baron. They do so much damage to it with their singular Mountain Dragon and a lot of their damage dealers. And they are going to try and grab it. Anti-Gravity going to go in, see what's up. Doesn't see anything important. Teleport coming in for Burrito, and gets...
Oh, that would have been so cool.
Hero going to go in, taken out by the Jax. Doesn't get anything for it. The teleport coming in. Lucian going to go teleport to the bot lane to try and end the game. The inhibitor gonna respawn very soon here though. Red side is gonna try and rotate, but they're gonna get caught. Dr. Voiku getting so much damage. Werfel gonna potentially take him out. Red turret has been destroyed. So much damage coming out right here. And Pocket Cookie is really low. The health battery going down, but Burrito is alive. But Dr. Voiku killed Werfel, and they are gonna end the game 2-0 for the side of rock paper scissors.
I just want to give a shout out to Werfel for the Ride attempted smite. That would have been gorgeous if that had worked out. Unfortunately for Ready to Lose, they lose.
Yep.
Not enough. Not enough.
Not enough indeed. Now 2-0 for Rock Paper Scissors, the anime. Your victors, your coach Showmatch victors. But Ready to Lose has lost, so now I'm going to give you the plug fest. We are Learning Fives. If you want to join our program, we are nearing the end of the session. The next session, signups are starting, I think it's August 6th, I think so. Yeah, August 6th. So join the Discord, follow our Twitter, follow our Facebook. Keep updated with that. We'll be there ready for you. In the meantime, we have the tournament going on, and so that'll be on this stream, so make sure to hit that follow button. If you like either me or Belk, follow us on Twitter. I just post memes, and
I post vacation trips and photos of cats. So if you're
Yes.
into cats, come check it out. Otherwise, stay away. Freaking cat hating fiend.
yes. But with that, we're going to send off some music to see you off, and we'll see you guys later.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.